Welcome, welcome. Dream turned nightmare to dream. It's all cleaned up now. Took out the cameras, all the little TVs we had up, little extra stuff. So the property's officially settling. We're excited, it's bittersweet. I drove by this property for a couple years until I actually got a hold of anybody. It took me months to just go back and forth and actually lock in a deal. You know, I had to go through a lot to get here. I live nearby, so I drove by every day. When I just kept seeing it. And even when I was frustrated and I had my down days, I'll see the property and they give me this motivation to keep going. Over here is interesting because I got the lights off, whatever, you can see it better. You can see my side, you can see Shadow's side. So when I originally started, those were the colors, black and blue. And he came through and added his twist. The black, the gray, the red. The fancy lights are still up. It's all cleaned out. This at one point was a full throttle garage. I bought the property and made several mistakes. But one of the things that I always dreamed of was to own a shop, automotive shop where we did, normal cars here. In the back, the concept was to do race cars. I love racing, I'm into racing, so the concept was to do race engines, race cars back there, sports stuff back there, normal daily stuff up here. This back area at one point, this is what I thought was gonna be a machine shop and the race car shop. If you've seen some of the photos, it was a mess, it was storage. They had all kind of HVAC back here, all kind of old stuff that they were selling, plumbing things, because this was an HVAC and plumbing place. We converted it into where I had my personal race car here for a while and an office upstairs. This was a mess back then. It's completely it kind of looks like a mess right now, right? Nah, but it is what it is. This is what happens when you kind of give up and adjust your strategy. I originally was a landlord. I originally was a tenant. I originally was everything, operator. But then I just became landlord, and now I just, store this out. Help my folks out. I got my race car trailer here, but everything's here just as storage. But the property initially was supposed to have a daycare, and this was gonna be a playground, and this was gonna be more parking. This was all gonna be cleaned up for parking, made nicely. Something crazy that I had to do is I had to put these bushes just to comply with zoning. Little things that we had to do within real estate, but I had to put those because as you can see that those are houses. So in their minds, and their concept was, I like what they're doing, was to basically avoid the noise. It was a noise busher. I don't know how much, but things you have to do in real estate. So this looks like a complete different place right now. When we first bought it, this actually was open to that area. So long story short, this was a HVAC and plumbing place. They used to sell HVAC and plumbing stuff out of here. I bought it, and my concept was, instead of it being one unit, convert it into 3 units. Worst case, 2 units. So I have 3 businesses in here now. So we put this wall, we divided it up, fire rated wall, so that could be one section and this could be another. The initial concept was for this to be a boxing place. So I got pictures and videos, and you can see this is pretty much done for a boxing gym. We added this extra bathroom, we did a lot of extra work, and then we adjusted. It didn't work out. For some reason, he went elsewhere, and then we adjusted to doing an event space. So we made it a clean shell. We operated just for private little events, and then we were looking for a daycare tenant. That seemed to be the best tenant for this location the more we looked around. And we had one. It worked out good. Unfortunately, we had to make some changes because now the person buying it, they're actually going to do a daycare here. So they're supposed to do a daycare, and they were considering doing some automotive stuff, which is honestly the goal and the big dream that I had for it. But it worked out. We did the rehab, we did the remodel. Now a business is able to come in and operate as a business and do their thing. This property came with a lot of lessons for me. There was a lot of ups and there was a lot of downs. In the beginning, like I said, I drove by so many times, and my dream was to buy the property, to convert it to my dream business, my dream shop. I wanted to operate all my business out of here. This was supposed to be the headquarters. That's how I kept seeing it. It motivated me to keep pushing my businesses forward and building bigger and bigger and bigger. When I bought the property, I'm not gonna lie, the beginning was hard because I didn't have all the money, and it was hard to have people believe in it the same way I did. They didn't see what I seen, they didn't have the same vision. And they're not, they weren't meant to. It's my vision, it's my goals. God gave it to me. It was on me to put the work in and find the right people. Thank God the people did believe in me. I did find the right people to work with me in the beginning. We did it. We bought it. I went through a lot of remodeling here. It was a big process. We had to do everything. I had to divide everything up. So electric, plumbing, HVAC, the whole nine we had to do. And I learned a lot. To know me is to know that I do residential mainly. I've now, the past couple of years, been getting deeper into commercial real estate. But this was my first real purchase and full remodel. The beginning was tough because I wanted to operate myself. My business is out of the property. And that was tough to get a refinance. That was tough to raise money. It was best to have tenants in there in order for me to, do a refinance. And it was tough for me to have tenants because I wanted the property. So I learned a lot in that process because it was probably best if I had to redo it, get the tenants in, and then work on my business. Take the little part first and then build from there. Not give my business the whole thing and a tenant the least amount, because I had to pay every single month for the property for months. Honestly, reached a point where they put a tax ticket on the door, and the property was on a tax list. I had to pay the taxes, and the reason is because it wasn't operating. It wasn't making any money. I didn't complete the rehab. It took me about a year and a half to have it where we were able to operate out of the property. So that was a mistake. Then I messed up because I essentially started two brand new businesses here. I started an automotive shop and I started an event space, two brand new businesses to pay rent, full rent for a property like this. It was tough to do. My real estate business was able to carry it, but these two businesses themselves weren't able to carry the property. And I learned a lot in that transition. So at that point, sooner or later, I had to call it quits on the garage. So we called it quits. I was able to rent the space out, and then I became a landlord. That really helped out because now I had income there. And then I rented the other space to a detail shop. They still operate out of here. And both of those incomes really helped me carry the property. And then there was one unit where I was able to utilize it, an event space. I was able to do Christmas, giveaway here. I was able to do private events with my family, gatherings with my family that I haven't done in years. And it was cool. I was able to live my dream here. I learned a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurts that I'm getting rid of it. As a real estate investor, I know my best bet is to keep it. It's gonna go up in value, it's only gonna increase. But this is one of those things in my life that I had to go through. This is a chapter I had to learn through and value so much. Trust me, I value things so much more simply because of this transaction alone. And I thank God for that and the people that really helped and supported throughout the process. I'd like to share more of it with you, so please watch it. Check out these videos, check out some of the before and after photos. If you have any questions, if I can save you from any headaches, save you time or money loss, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. My name's George Diaz, and my company's called Flipping Mindsets. We buy houses fast. It's Swift Property Solutions. So they both kind of work hand in hand. I like to flip houses, I like to buy properties like this. My goal is to buy more like this, properties that, they're essentially one unit, could break it down into 2-3 units, rent them out. This time I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna rent them out. So learn from my mistakes. Take care, guys.